Once more, good evening, and I'm excited. Always a pleasure for me to be here, sharing knowledge. You know, whenever you share knowledge, you gain knowledge. So, where it's about the sharing, it helps us all. So we are together in this class. It's not me alone. Get ready because there's going to be a lot of interaction. We need to be able to interact so that we can get to understand exactly the mission for tonight. Okay, so we're talking about personal branding, and I want to throw a question at you. Understand by personal branding, because that is number one on my content for tonight. Meanwhile, while you are thinking about it, our content for tonight, we're going to do a definition of personal branding. We're going to look at some core, and then we're going to also look at key components of a strong personal brand, and then what, and then how to start building your brand with a very simple framework. Okay, and then personal branding is not. What personal branding is not, and then conclusion. So tonight I've divided it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. The seventh part is the conclusion. So that's not a lot. It's not a lot. So we're going to start with the definition of personal understanding that you have of personal branding. Please don't be shy to share it. Just tell us, let us know what you know. Don't never, be scared of being wrong or making mistake or not giving the right answer. No answer is even ever wrong. So go ahead. I want to hear from you guys. What do you understand by personal branding? If we have to cover all these 7 aspects tonight, we need to be sharp, smart, quick, responding like. Can you guys hear me? Is everybody hearing me?
Yes, mommy.
Are we together in this class?
We can hear you. I was going.
Okay.
I was going to put a pause at least on your mic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my mic is not quite clear.
Mm-hmm. Yes, mom.
Is it clearer now?
A little.
No. Okay, let me do without it and see. Okay. Is it better now? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, it's better. Yes.
It's better now. So I've left the mic aside. Let me deal with my natural voice. All right. So let's go. Personal branding. Let me see our first sharp, smart student tonight.
Right, mommy.
Yes.
Personal branding will be what you show. It will be bringing forth or presenting what you stand for, how you present what you stand for.
All right, now, before we go ahead, these things are not meant for you to just get into AI, go and grab something from AI, come and post here. I need you to think, please, because I just saw an AI quiz to answer. Now, the way AI is common now, if you bring an AI thing, we'll just look at you like this.
Yes.
Like, that's how I'm looking at those AI answers. So you have an AI answer, please keep it. I need your brain to think. Leave all those some grammars. AI is too common now, and I know it so much, so well, that if you bring anything from AI, I will tell you where it's coming from. So please think about it on your own. I want to just say personal branding. What do you think? I don't want those words. I just saw somebody wrote something on this thing now. I don't want AI, please. Don't bring me AI here. Just give me your mind. You have minds. So please tell me something about how you present what you stand for. Okay, beautiful. Yes. Any other response? Anybody has something else to share about what personal? What do you think? There are words that, even though you have no use, when somebody uses it around you, there is something that comes into your imagination. That's what I'm looking for now. Is the way you want to present yourself out there. Correct. Personal branding is the way you want to present yourself out there. Correct. I love that answer. At least this is why we
or intentional way.
thank you. Thank you, GF. Any other response?
Mommy,
I told you that nobody is wrong. Okay. Somebody says my unique identity. Okay. Nobody is wrong.
Yes,
Any
Mom.
other-
Mommy, personal branding is the way you improve on the way you are doing things.
the way you
How you can improve yourself to be well presented to the society.
who is speaking? Okay, Lou, Cynthia. Okay. Thank you. The way you present yourself to the society. Yes. Prophetess Love, I heard your voice. Short voice.
Yes, Mom.
Just
Yeah, personal branding for me is communicating the manner in which you communicate who you are and your identity for everyone out there to be able to understand. Or for
the manner in which you communicate who you are.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. I love that. I love that. The manner in which you communicate who you are, your identity. How do you communicate it? I love that. So all your answers are correct. I need another correct answer. Yes. Go ahead. Somebody was going to say something. All right. So that so far so good. All those answers are perfect. It shows that we are not blank in this class. We are not blank. We have an idea about personal branding. We've all used important words to define it. It has to be a conscious thing. It has to be an intentional thing. You have to put in the effort, and then all of the intention and the effort is intended to influence how people see you. That's not just it. There are many ways you run, because all of this conscious and intentional, whatever positioning, it is intended to help you build an authority in the industry. Whichever one is meant to have you build authority. It's meant to help you elevate your credibility. It is meant to help differentiate you from competition and to advance your career. So it is all about increasing influence. Now, another definition is about personal branding is that it is a process of creating and maintaining a unique image. Creating and maintaining a unique image, reputation, identity for yourself. So you create and maintain a unique image. Take note of those keywords. Unique image, reputation, and identity for yourself. Showcasing your values, listen, your skills, and personality. You showcase your values, your skills, and your personality. It is how some of you already said it is how you present yourself to the world, especially online, and differentiate yourself from others. There is some noise coming from the background there, so please can you kindly control that? So see it as your reputation. See it as your reputation, online presence, and the impression you leave on others. Because in all of that, there is an impression you're going to leave with the people who watch you. So it is what and say about you in a room when you are not there. It is what people see and say about you when you are not there. So they are not just watching you, they are seeing you, they are gathering their impressions, and they are talking. What would they say? What do people say about you when you are not there? It is the brand you have given them. All right. So we're going to get into the core idea. All of you, you already have defined personal branding in different ways, and they are all correct. If that was all we to say about personal branding, that's okay about the definition, because what you all gave was perfect. Good. Right definition. All right. So the core idea is what I want us to look into now. So the crux of the matter about it is that you already have a brand. You already have a brand as a person. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Many people think that, oh, I'm not a company, so I don't have a brand. Because I'm not a company, I don't have a brand. This is a misconception, right? So whether you are actively managing a company or not, you are a brand. You are a brand. In fact, you are a brand. You have a brand. You already have a personal brand. That one is established. So your online presence, how you communicate, just like you have all said here, how you dress, how you treat others, and the quality of work all contribute to the perception that people have of you. So your attitude, everything around you contributes to the perception of people about you. How you dress, how you speak, how you treat others, how you do work. There's some people that, their nature of work, some are lazy when it comes to work. You are creating something. It's a brand. That's something you're adding to your brand. So that all of that is already creating something. So personal branding is about taking control of that narrative. What will people say? What am I presenting? What am I trying to let them see about me? Now, think about personal branding like this. Instead of letting it be defined by chance, leave those things be happening by chance. You dress anyhow, speak anyhow, talk anyhow, go anywhere, do anything. You have to deliberately shape it to achieve your personal and professional goals. You need to shape all of this. So, which means you have to be intentional with the way you dress, intentional with the way you speak, intentional with your values, what you believe in. Okay? Now, when you think of personal branding in this manner, your story, let me come to this. Your story, that means this is what makes you unique, because in personal branding, there is a level of uniqueness, something that makes you different from others. So your story, think about it. This is what makes you different. People are different in this world. No matter how many people are in the same industry, even if everybody is selling ice cream, there's something different about your own ice cream. There's a way, the neighborhood where you'll be selling your own is different from another person. I mean, there are differences. Even if you were born from the same womb, we are different. We all have uniqueness, unique personalities. There is something that comes from your own story, your personal story. Okay? So even if we are all selling ice cream. All of us who are selling ice cream, some people came from Anla, some came from Douala, some came from Southwest. but we are all selling ice cream. So there is something about where you come from and what you've been through. So your story gives a uniqueness. It brings a uniqueness. Then your values. When you think of personal branding, think of your story. One, think of your values. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? Your values are the things you stand for. Let me know if there's somebody here who understands values, who can tell us what it means by your values. Or give us some example.
Mommy, I think your values are your beliefs.
Thank you. Your beliefs. Beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else has something else? And don't always doubt yourself. Sometimes what you're doubting is even the best answer you have. Thank you, Mabia. Yes. What do you stand for is more or less what you believe, what you hold. Who else has anything else to chip in? Because, you know, those different perspectives, they bring us closer. They give us a better understanding of what we're talking about. Who else has something to say about this?
Mom, can I try? Your values are your strength or your motivation, your motivators somehow.
They're your motivators, yes.
Yeah.
Where are the definition of it?
Mommy.
But what are they?
Your values.
It's correct. What are they? Mabia gave the best answer. I think let's just go with that. They're your beliefs. That's what you stand for. Unless somebody else has something else they want to share, but for now, that's okay. Now,
Values are who you are.
Who you are. Thank you. Because what you believe is who you are. The next thing is your voice. Your voice. So you have your story, your values, your voice, and your image. Your voice is how do you communicate? How do you communicate? Yes, they are the principles, standards that guide your decisions and action. Thank you. That's what values are. Lori just gave us a good definition. But yeah, that works. That works. That's why I want to hear from you guys. I don't want us to be in a monologue. I want us to be, sharing the ideas. All right. So we talk about your voice. How do you communicate? So you can have a vision. How do you communicate it? Are you this one that is a hammer preacher, or are you this one that is gentle, calm, and going slowly and deep? How do you communicate? It's your brand. Your voice is your brand. So when they hear, when they listen to you, they already, they know your style. They know you. You're just gonna, speak this way. Or there are some that are very loud and aggressive, and that's the voice. How do you communicate? Then your image is how you present yourself. How do you present yourself? I'll give you some of the details. There are some things I'm going to send to you on the WhatsApp by the time we finish on the group. All right. Okay, that's it. I want us to look at the key components of a strong personal brand. What makes a strong personal brand? So to build a strong personal brand, these are things you must consider. You must be authentic and genuine. You have to be authentic and genuine. This is the most critical element. Being authentic means you're not going to fake who you are. You just have to be you, but work on you and get a better version of you. That's why I take a lot of interest in helping people get to the best version of themselves. Work on your version and get the best version of you, so that you're not faking you. You're not trying to be every other person. Okay, so be authentic and genuine. This is very critical when it comes to personal branding. People can smell fake from a distance. Easy. When you are fake, people perceive it. It's easy for people to pick you. pick all that fakeness. And when it's like that, you really, your brand cannot go far. It can't go far. Then you need to identify your strengths and your passion. Your strength and passion is what we call value proposition. Value proposition. So what is your value proposition? That means what is the solution you are bringing? Okay. What solution? For instance, when I talk about myself, I will talk about the fact that I impact women. I help women find themselves. I help them align with their purpose. I help them get to the best version of themselves. Now, when we're talking about value proposition, these are the kind of things. What are you producing? What are you bringing to the table? What solution are you providing? And for who? We're going to get there. So we're going progressively because, I like to structure work in a way that when you give from one thing and then go to the next. Now, we are still talking about key components of a strong personal brand. You must know what you are providing. You must know the solution you are bringing. We talked about being authentic and genuine. Now we're talking about knowing or having the value. What are you providing? So you must identify those strengths that you carry, that value that you are bringing, that solution that you are providing, and then you develop a consistent message and image. Be consistent. So it's not like today you are talking about weather, whatever, climate change. Tomorrow they want to tell you are now talking about what is it that people talk about a lot. So you need to know exactly what solution, what area of life you are bringing solution, and stay consistent with it. Once you know it, consistently bring messages from that niche of yours. So develop a consistent message about what you are talking about the solution you are providing. I provide solution in the area of relationships. So time and again, you will see me telling people how to build their relationship, telling people how to enjoy their marriages, things that they can do to enjoy marriage, things that they can do so that they don't break their marriages. Okay? So develop consistent messages around that and build an image in that area. Then you must consistently learn and grow. This is how to build a strong personal brand. Now, I'll say it again. Be authentic and genuine. Building a personal brand, you must be authentic and genuine. You don't have to fake anything because you are a brand. In fact, you're a brand. You don't need to fake it. Just be you. But what you need to do, you develop you. Be authentic and genuine. Identify your strength. Look for that solution that you are here to provide. What solution are you providing in your world, in your domain? What is it? What is your domain? And what solution are you bringing? That's your value proposition. And then you develop consistent messages around that. And then continuously grow and learn. Continuously grow and learn. It's useless. So the next thing you must do is for a strong brand is visibility. Must be seen. Visibility. So continuously learn and grow. Next, visibility. A great brand is useless if nobody sees it. So you can be as good as anything. If they're not seeing you, how are we going to know that this is what you carry? How are we going to know that this is the solution you're providing if we are not seeing it? So we need to see it, either on social media or you practically doing things around that people can see. Networking events, going to conferences that speak or around that niche. So we need to see you around. We need to see you. So visibility is key. It's being the ability to be seen. And then lastly, about key components of a strong personal brand is storytelling. storytelling. Facts tell, but stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. Now, if you look at some figures around the world that the world is over talking about them and acclaiming them and admiring, role models to many people, people like Oprah Winfrey. Do you know why this woman is very popular? Storytelling. She has told her story in a way that, oh my God, it makes it so sweet. We are living in a world, our own part of the world, where people are still overhiding their stories. They think that because they are still so ashamed about what happened to them. So you can't tell your story because you're so ashamed. You think they're going to judge you. It's about how you tell it. Because things have happened to people. Things are still happening. And things are still going to happen to people. So whatever happened to you, hey, you're not the first. You're not the last. You're never going to be the last. So what use is your story? Your story is a blessing to those you are telling to, because every story has its lessons. So if you look at your story and you are able to pick lessons from there, that's what makes your story good. So we all people talk about Oprah Winfrey today. Why? Her story. There's another lady, I don't know whether most of you know her, Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
She's a powerful public speaker. Lisa Nichols, she does conferences just to teach people how to tell their stories. I'm telling you, I don't know if any of you here has listened to any of them, their stories. If you know a story about Oprah Winfrey here, please let me know. If you know any story about Lisa Nichols, let me know. These are powerful public speakers.
I know them, mommy.
Tell me one.
Oprah
Yeah.
was raped as a little girl, abused by her dad. And summary is she presented it in a way that will bring anybody who has gone through the same situation to talk about it freely. Lisa Nichols.
Thank you for saying that. Let's finish with Oprah. I like that story. And when you are telling your story, you're not telling it as a survivor. You didn't die. So that story didn't kill you. You now or defeat, because the story, it didn't defeat you. That's why you are living to tell it. Some people didn't live to tell theirs. You are alive to tell your story. Some people are not even alive to even tell their story. There's another story around Oprah where she was with her grandma. Her grandma, by mistake, she had to go to her grandma while she was at work. She said she used to see just the way these people were looking at her. She could feel the hatred in their eyes, hatred for her. She could perceive it. And this is one of the things that made her to start questioning, why am I like this? What is the problem with me that others are looking at me and they don't seem to like me? All of those things simply pushed her and made her to be that powerful woman that the whole world is talking about today, because of what she went through. Those things pushed her closer to her destiny. So storytelling is a very important part of your brand. If you see most brands, when they come to open a new brand, they start with a story. They will tell you some story of something that happened, whatever that happened around it. And then that is what gave birth to what they are now introducing to you. So we are all products of one story or another. is just to look for the good in our stories and not be ashamed of those stories. Be able to bring them out so that others can benefit from it. Yes, tell us about Lisa Nichols that you know. So
Well, she had a Lisa Nichols or Lisa Bailu. Looks like I'm talking about Bailu.
okay, it's okay. So Lisa Nichols, briefly, she had a baby out of wedlock. She had a son, and she lived in a neighborhood where most of them around there were baby mamas.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
baby dads were in prison, most of them. So it was such a rough neighborhood. All the baby dads, they were in prison. So she found herself, same kind of people, talking those stories of my baby dad in prison, this and that. So they were struggling, single mothers with babies, helpless. She told her story. Oh my God, if you go on YouTube, find her story, Google, just watch the way she tells her story. You're going to pick some things from there, a lot. I'm telling you that she runs very big conferences now, that to register one person, thousands of dollars to attend her conference to tell you how to tell stories. Oh my God, this is just the beginning of a lot to happen. But she was narrating how one day she was found with her son Jolani. Everybody knows Jolani because of the way Lisa Nichols has spoken about Jolani. You just want to see Jolani. It's a big boy, like man now. So yeah, she had her last diaper on that child. She said to herself, she decided to leave that place and started going to New York. She said she's going to go to New York, not knowing who she's going to see there. She was just going. She said she was bored and tired with same stories, same people, same kind of lifestyle every day. She moved. She went to New York, and she said while she was just moving around, because they have those center places where people just stroll around. Everybody is minding their business, everybody doing their own thing. People are just passing up and down. She saw a flyer of a certain program. She picked the flyer, looked at it, saw the address. She followed the address and said she must go to this place. Because what the flyer said something about people, about a life that people have never, people need space. She just praised on that flyer that spoke something was being this place. So she went there. She followed the address and went there. She said she heard things in that room that she had never heard in her whole life. She left from there happy, not because money had entered her hand, she didn't have money, but her mind, something triggered her mind. She now told herself, she knew deep in her that she was going to get better and she was going to become somebody great because of the words she heard in that room. The way she told that story gave a lot of power to storytelling. And now she is busy selling storytelling. I'm telling you, I can't even tell her story the way she herself told her story. But now I want us to look at why personal branding is important. Why do you think personal branding is important? Oh, Frida says network is terrible. Sorry. Don't worry. I think the recording is on, so you're going to get that. Sorry about that. Just be trying. Why is personal branding important? Can I hear from one or two people why we think personal branding is important?
Let me draw from what you just said about the key components. Visibility. You can have it forever, and if you don't tell it, if you don't put it out there, if you don't brand it, no one will ever know about it. And when people get to know, lives get to change. People will be transformed by your brand. So personal branding.
Yes, go ahead.
Now,
Right.
saying personal branding to me is a very important aspect in fulfilling purpose.
Thank you. Yes, I like that, connecting the dots. I like that. So yes, of course. So the first thing I want to talk about why it's important is that it serves for as a advancement. It helps in career advancement. So this, it can lead to promotion. You brand yourself very well, it will bring you promotion. It can easily bring you promotion, and it can give you, expose you to new job opportunities. Okay. And then it is also important because it builds trust and credibility. So when you have a brand, nobody wants to mess up their brand. People want their brand to be admired, to be honored, to be respected. So brands will build trust and credibility. And then personal branding differentiates you from your competitors. You know, in a crowded market or industry, a clear personal brand will help you to stand out. So when you define clearly your brand, your personal brand, you will stand out. You will stand, it helps you to stand out, to make a difference in a highly competitive market or industry. Like I was mentioning earlier, I also even discovered something in the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, from verse 39 to 41. When you go back, just read it. The way God created the world, we are so different. Everything is different. The moon is different from the sun. They all produce light, but different kinds of light. The stars say that even stars, they differ from another. Even stars differ from each other. So they look all like stars, but there are differences. Okay? Personal branding will expand your network because it attracts like-minded, valuable of your personal brand will attract you. People who think like you, people who see things like you, people who do things like you, were attracted by the things that you do, you know, and thereby more opportunities will come your way. So instead of you chasing opportunities, opportunities will be chasing you because you branded yourself. Okay. Personal branding also increases influence. It increases influence. It positions you as a thought leader. I'll tell you what that means. Allowing you to shape conversations around your field. A thought leader is one that has a niche and has taken an authority in a particular field of studies, in a particular domain in life. You can name different domains, like for instance, relationships is a domain. It's a domain. Now, if I talk about relationships here, the people who know that a lot about relationships. You can call me that because I've carved a niche in relationship, speak a lot around relationship. There is leadership. There is entrepreneurship. There is there's the religious niche. That one is quite big because under that religion, there are many different sub-topics, but then you can be a thought leader in any of those areas. Okay? When they call you a thought leader, it means you are specialized in a particular domain, a particular field. You have a niche that is carved out clearly. And what personal branding also does is that it provides you clarity and purpose. You know why? Because the process of building your brand forces you to define who you are very clearly. You need to define, you cannot create a brand without clearly defining who you are, what you stand for. We talk about values. This is what you stand for, and where you want to be, where you want to go. So it helps you to, to gain this clarity and define you better. That's what personal branding does, because you cannot brand what is not clear. You can't brand what is not clear. It has to be clear before you start branding it. You need to know exactly what are you branding. Okay. Does anybody have a question at this area? Why personal branding is important, or a contribution? Why do you think personal branding is important? If you're not asking me a question, I'm asking you the question.
My contribution is I was to actually bring in the importance of personal branding as one of it being influence, especially when we see as you being our coach or my coach. Let me talk for myself. Yeah, you influence me. Your personal branding is influencing way times you, and then the way you do things, they permit me to change some of my own, I don't know, beliefs that I used to hold on to, and then some certain attitudes. And yes, so I was just to say that uh, it is important because it influences people, especially
Somebody is influencing somebody. Listen very well. Everybody is influencing somebody. Now the question is, how are you influencing them? What kind of influence are you bringing? I remember I was talking with my daughter, Wina, a couple of years, like 2 years ago. Wina was on Instagram. I just discovered her on Instagram. And she had 3,000 followers on Instagram. I didn't even know, I was not used to Instagram that much then. Instagram is this younger generation, their thing. So when I realized that she was on Instagram and she had such a huge following, and I was like, I called her, I said, baby, come, oh, what? You have 3,000 followers? What are you giving these people? What are you giving them? Because for you to have 3,000 people following you means that they are looking up to you. So what are you teaching out to them? So you have to work on the things that you are serving these people. So you're not gathering 3,000 people come and be following you, and then you just can't be posting anyhow, any type of thing. So you know that this is already influence. You are influencing 3,000 people. What are you giving them? And that began to shape her, because she's always, even the things that she will post, they always have some meaning. Either they will make you laugh or they're teaching you something. Because influence is the big deal around personal brand. It's about influence. Thank you, because that is the crux of the matter. Now, I want us to look at how to start building your personal brand. How do you start to build a personal brand? Where do you begin? Number one, self-discovery. Can you build what you do not know? You can't. So you have to begin with self-discovery. This is the foundation of your personal brand. This is the foundation. Personal brand, self-discovery. Things to let us to help us find out who we are, our personality traits, and all of that, small things that help us to know who we are. We have We had a lesson on purpose, which I will still enhance with you guys a little bit. I'll keep dropping you guys stuff. But this is the crux of the matter, self-discovery. Who are you? This is the foundation. So you cannot run what you do not know. Okay? So this is how to start building your personal brand. You start with self-discovery. That's number one. And number two, define your message. You have to define your message. Craft a powerful elevator pitch. Elevator pitch. Who knows what they call elevator pitch? What is the key message that you want people to associate you with? So you have to define your message and create elevator pitch. I'm going to put that on the WhatsApp because everyone here has to create an elevator pitch for you. You have to do that. You do that, or you're going to send to me. So I'm going to have your pitch. Have your pitch. I'm going to have that pitch on videos. You do beautiful videos, good lighting, shining. It is very honorable and respectful to look good and shine to the people that you want to influence. You get it? It's not for nothing. This is around, I don't know what time it is, 8 o'clock or almost 9 o'clock, a few minutes to 9. And I have to go glam myself, dress well, put on all of this. I'm not going to sleep with this. Why am I doing this? I'm a brand. Why am I putting it? Because I respect the people I'm coming to talk to. If I don't respect you, I'll just come one tatat, bakala. Anyhow, and just show up. Anyhow. I don't want to show up anyhow. That's not my brand. My brand is not the showing up anyhow. And I respect the people that I am called to serve. So I wouldn't appear before you anyhow. Okay? So you're going to do that elevator pitch and you're going to do and send to me. Let me see. I had to. So, check something here. So this is very important. That's why I want to make sure that you get it right. What is your elevator pitch? Pitch is P-I-T-C-H, not speech. Pitch. Okay. So an elevator pitch is a brief and persuasive speech. An elevator pitch is P-I-T-C-H. Now, it is a brief and persuasive speech that summarizes who you are, what you do, and what value you offer. This is what is called elevator pitch. It summarizes, it's very persuasive, very compelling, very captivating, persuasive. I'm just trying to use other words for you to understand that when you put that pitch, when you put it up, man, everybody wants to hear it. They want to, oh my goodness, oh my God, who is this person? So you have to learn that. That's one of the things we are going to master. So it is a persuasive speech that summarizes who you are, what you do, and what value you offer. What value you offer. That's the elevator pitch. And it should be very short enough to deliver in 30 seconds to 1 minute. You're finished saying it. Between 30 seconds and 1 minute, you have said it all. So you start by introducing yourself, highlights of your expertise or your unique value. These are the things that will leave a lasting impression on whoever you speak to. So, for example, I'm going to send this example to you. I am, you put your name, a professional, you put that profession. So, for my own self, I'll always say, I am Delphine Fogbe, a women's impact coach and relationship expert. I help. So when you say who you are, you say that you say you help who? The target audience. Who are the people you are helping? You help them to do what? To achieve what? Which specific goal? So I'm Delphine Fogbe. I'm a women's impact coach and relationship expert. I help women find themselves aligned with purpose so that they can enjoy their lives and build solid families and build powerful families that can contribute to great nation building. So I can say this thing in 30 seconds. I'm just breaking it so that you get it, so I don't just rush over it. So I'm going to give you the skeleton. When I post that skeleton, you're going to use it and fill in who you are. And then I need a video. Now, in your video, you're not just going to say this short thing. This short one is okay. You write it, you introduce yourself, and then you tell me a short story. That video should not be more than 3 minutes. Oh, I did the same exam I'm giving you. When we did John Maxwell certification, wow. On the day of one certification, you had to give your elevator pitch. 3 minutes, and you say who you are and tell a story. Insert a story in whatever thing you said that you are doing. So these are the videos I'm going to see from you. I'll send this skeleton to the group so that you can get from there and fill in the blank spaces, fill in the gaps. Okay? Fill in the gaps. I'll send it to you. So to create a simple elevator pitch, who are you? What do you do? What value do you offer? These are
Right. So Mommy's Network just showed us some kindness. We're expecting that it shows her more kindness. Brings her back. Mhm. All right. Very kind network we have. You're welcome back.
Very kind.
Thank you. I got kicked out. Thank God I'm back. So I was saying that in very simple terms, what I was saying is that to create a very simple elevator pitch is to answer the question of who are you, what do you do, what value do you offer? You use that formula. I'm going to send it to the group. You pick it from there and build one powerful something. Okay, these are elevated ladies we are talking about. So your language is going to change. At first, before I knew all of these things, when you ask me who are you, I'll be turning around. I'll be saying what I do. I'll go and say whose wife I am. I'll go and say whose mother I am. That's not what they're talking about. Who are you? You start talking about the roles you play. So it's more than that. Okay, and then crafting a powerful elevator pitch, which we are going to do that. That's one of the things we're going to work on. We're going to work on it. And this week, we're receiving all of that. Because you are in class. So for presentation, if you are put on the list to present your elevator pitch, come prepared. Come ready. If you are speaking at CNS on CNN, do a clean background. You can ask a coach, so you have more, you don't see what is in your background. You see, work on the questions. We are here and grow, get better. Yes, so on that you want to know how it's up as a question. Contact